That's my Pamela voice there. We're actually recording. Shit.
Oh, God.
Hello, Brad fans, and welcome to episode 20 of You Are Talk, where we discuss the brand new cards. With me today, of course, as always, is our co-host Sliffy.
Hey guys, what's going on?
And of course, me, which, you guys probably know who I am. But if you don't know, I'm UM1984.
Boo. Boo.
I'm the really awesome guy on this.
Are we lying to people too? I'm the really bad person who doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's exactly what Sliffy does.
I'm glad we're lying.
He freeloads.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking. Anyway, so apart from that, so basically we got brand new cards today, as well as we got the brand new 4 cards like 2 weeks ago. So we decided, let's get them all together and do an 8-card review. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So apart from that, let's just go straight into this review. So, firstly, let's review. Oh, we didn't actually. Sniffy, just pick a number from 1 to 8.
1 to 8?
Yeah.
I almost said 9 for some reason. 4.
4. Okay, we'll do Sticko as our first review.
God dang it! No. Okay, cool.
Sticko, full of junks at 3 stars, is an 8/3 with the ability of protection, power. So, Sliffy, initial thoughts on Sticko?
Sticko's okay. Everyone likes that 8 power. Everyone likes the fact you can't decrease that 8 power. And plus 8 attack is pretty nice for 8 power. That's 8 power enough, because he has 8 power. Other than that, though, his 8 power doesn't really have much to it. 3 damage is kind of low for a 3-star. It's even for junks who really aren't that known for damage, but that's debatable. We have Juro and Thermore, so, there's 2 other good 3-stars who have actually better damage, ironically. And actually, I don't feel damage or power reduction is as popular as you may think to actually have to run this card. So, it's a nice it's a nice little solid card, but I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the protection power, actually. The junks don't really suffer from it. like lower power, because they do have the +8 attacks. It's not like a huge issue that you have to have this card in your deck.
Right, like, if you're fighting All-Stars, obviously it's going to help. But if you're not, obviously he has no ability.
Slightly, if you're playing against, like, Rob or something.
Right, like, it's nice to have. But if you're not fighting All-Star, he basically has no ability.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, really. But I still wouldn't say that they haven't really got like a huge weakness against the All-Star. Maybe against things like Jesse, I suppose, is a bit annoying for them, but it's still like not a huge problem. But the very important thing I would say is about the Tremor and Gyro case actually that you mentioned. Those 2 cards I would say are both very good at the 3 stars. Do you think they're kind of unreplaceable really at the moment for the junks?
Well, they could be replaceable if something's better, but it's really hard to think of anything better. So,
I think it's going to be difficult for UR to really replace them in any way because they're pretty good already. So,
right, and if I really needed another 3-star for some reason, I probably would run Lolly over him.
Yeah, okay, Lolly, yeah, it's a good choice actually.
Just me though.
I was even thinking about putting Onyx over him. So, you're not the only one who had weird thoughts in his head, or maybe I'm just there. But yeah,
Sure.
Definitely. The issue I would say is just the 3 damage. Really, that's the main cause of concern. Really,
I don't see how. I don't know why they couldn't make him an 8/4. I don't think that would have been overpowered at all. But oh
well. 8/4.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm just thinking about that now actually. But what about? I think the issue is like things like Tide and Nanook would look a bit. Well, I don't know. Maybe not actually. Maybe. Okay, thoughts in the comments below on what you think. Would an 8/4 Sticko be that bad, really?
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. Anyway, apart from that, though, let's basically go straight to the ratings. I don't think there's a whole lot more we can really say. So, out of 10, Sliffy, what would you give Sticko?
I'm going to go ahead and give him a 7.5 out of 10. He's a little bit better than average, I feel. But there's really no real reason to use him, I feel, so 7.5.
Yeah, I think that's overly generous there, Sliffy, but maybe that's just me.
Well, compared to 7, maybe, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy.
Honestly, I don't see any real reason that you'd need to use this card. I'm just thinking, like, if you have, like, huge issues against All-Stars, then maybe. But really, junks aren't too bad against All-Stars. So I would say probably... I would say maybe a 6 out of 10. I'm going to be really harsh here, but...
Oh, aren't we mean today?
Yeah, I'm feeling mean today. I'm just saying that because there's a lot of competition for the 3 stars for junks at the moment. In mono, you might be able to slot it in somewhere, but really, it doesn't. I wouldn't say it adds anything to your deck in any way. Lolly, I mean, you can even probably is actually arguably better, and she's like third string kind of 3-star for them, I suppose. Anyway, apart from that, let's move on to the next release. And Sliffy, pick another number from 1 to 10. Not
1 to 10 now?
No, sorry, not 1 to 10. 1 to 8. No,
I was gonna say 9.
Yeah, don't pick 4 though.
Don't pick 4.
Yeah.
2.
2. Oh, I'm sorry, Sliffy. Guess who we're viewing?
Is it Cortez?
No, it's your favorite release, Vivian.
Ricardo?
Ricardo. We should do like a random mini review of Ricardo.
I wouldn't mind.
I think we should do that now, just to waste your time, you are, talk viewers.
Not really a waste. People need to know.
People need to know. Slippy, initial thoughts on Ricardo?
Best card ever. Underrated. It DRs. It kills cards. It has attack manipulation. SOA does nothing. A little weak to SOB, but what card doesn't?
So yeah, I mean, Slippy, there's nothing really more we can say, really. Rating out of 10.
11.5 out of 10. I might be a little generous on that 0.5.
Well, I'm going to say, I think Ricardo's a bit overrated.
Overrated?
Yeah, but then again, 10 out of 10.
Me?
I think 10 out of 10 is definitely a fair.
10 out of 10 is mediocre at best.
I think, yeah.
Someone does not play this game.
Anyway, right, let's actually get to the actual review. So, it's your favourite card, Vivian. Yeah. Woo.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's Vivian. Yeah.
That was there was so much hype at the beginning of that. Okay, let's just do this.
This is honestly, it's not like the most exciting card that's been released in the world, but there you go.
Pretty, kind of.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Really. I'm gonna have a second view of this. Hold on, let me have a look.
Okay.
Let me have a look. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if you're like truly right about this. Because I thought when I saw her, she was nothing too amazing. But maybe that's just me.
She's by that artist that does weird things at times.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Anyway, but that's the French for you. So just so you know.
Hey now, whoa. Haters gonna hate.
As
Come on.
if there's a French viewer watching this. Come on, son.
I'd like to apologize for all our French viewers. We mean no bad terms toward you people. I think you're cool.
You people.
You people.
You people. It's like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say like you?
Say like that's some sort of race
or something. I'm talking to a group of people right now. I'm gonna call them you people. Should I call them like monkeys or something? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, maybe like cheese eating, surrender monkeys. I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
You have to remember, Smith, that the English hate the French. So.
Still apologizing.
Anyway, well, let's actually go to the release because people are probably getting pissed off at us now. This is fun.
I'm American.
To other people. I don't know. Anyway, so Vivian at 3 stars for the Berserk is a 7/4 with the ability of protection damage. So, Sliffy, initial thoughts on Vivian?
Pretty standard. That bonus is gonna go through DR pretty well anyways. That 4 damage, I guess, is pretty nice to save, but without any support and only 7 power, not really that great, I feel.
Yeah, I think it's only really good when you're playing up against like damage reduction because it's I don't know really. It's kind of it's not really needed.
Right. Even then, even if you're fighting DR, let's pretend she goes down to 1, and with her bonus attack, that's still 3 damage, which isn't that bad, since Berserk can 2 a KO pretty easily.
Well, I don't know. Maybe in ELO, if we were going to talk ELO, I mean, it was still.
Oh, ELO? Who plays that?
I think most viewers, I think, play ELO, but
it's gross. Ew.
As you know, as you all know, guys, Sliffy is crap at Elo.
Oh, really? Is that the challenge place copy currently?
He's more of a DT player, if I'm being honest with you.
I would like to. I've only played 45 minutes of Elo in my entire life. I'd like to point that out.
Yeah, you still have like what's your record, Sliffy? It's like over 1,300 or.
No, it's 1240 or something.
Maybe that's too optimistic.
45 minutes, 1240. Is that bad? I don't even know.
Well, I think Manfred gets there and gets 1,500 in about 10 minutes. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I play Mono Montana. So shut up.
That's always an issue when you're playing Mono Montana. Anyway, right, we're going really off track here. So, I forgot what you're saying. So yeah, I mean the issue I would say was if you wanted to counter damage reduction with Berserk, I think it would just be a much better idea just to use one of your 2-stars, whatever, who don't then suffer from the damage reduction. So really, you kind of don't really need it then, I would say. But maybe that's just me. Yeah, because I mean, for example, like Menely going up against Ulrich, I mean, you still don't lose any damage reduction as a result. So not lose any damage. It's not actually a huge problem then. By using just the low 2-stars with that low damage. But yeah, I mean, I think. Do you think she's kind of just over? I mean, do you think she's just average, really, though, Sliffy, or?
She's completely average. If not, she's a little below average, actually, because she has no support in any way. But she's not terrible in any sense. Yeah. Like her stats are average, her ability isn't terrible, but really no real reason to use her.
She has a niche, is what you're trying to say, really. It's
just about.
Yeah, the only kind of niche she has is if you're going up against like damage reduction. So I would say, guys, if you want to piss off your friend who's using Pussycats, this is the card to do it with, basically. Apart from that, though, I mean, let's go do ratings out of 10. So, Slippy, out of 10, what would you give Vivian?
Time for me to be harsh. I'm going to give her a 6 out of 10. Mainly because I think she's the worst 3-star in Berserk right now. So, there's really no reason to use her.
Although, having said that, I mean, the 3-star department's fairly competitive at the moment, really, with Berserk.
To be fair, the entire clan department's pretty lacking, in my opinion.
Okay, that's controversial, but, that's fair.
Well, we can put this debate on some other day.
Okay, well, I don't think we should talk about it now. I mean, it's difficult when they have only 12 cards, really, but,
That's true.
Let's go. Anyway, but whatever the case, I mean, it's definitely I would say not the best card for the 3-stars. Although I would say that the 3-star department for the Berserk is still like reasonably good anyway. But maybe that's just me. So yeah, I mean, definitely agree with you there. Nothing too amazing. I think I'm going to go slightly higher, just to be a bit different. Maybe about 6.5. But really, there's no real reason you need to use this card. I would say not the best, but then not the worst, I suppose. So definitely in the future, maybe. It'll be a very good newer player card because it is a common after all. So hopefully that'll be very useful for the future people playing. Like if they're having trouble with deck, well, like Clint's or whatever, can use that card I suppose as a cheap alternative. Anyway, right, let's move on to the next release. Sliffy, pick another number from 1 to 8.
7.
7. Guess who it is, Sliffy?
Cortez?
No.
Actually,
no, screw it. Okay, it's Gordon.
Yeah! Whoa!
A slightly better release, if I'm being honest with you. Anyway, so Gordon at 4 stars is a 6/5 with the ability of Courage plus 2 power. Sliffy, initial thoughts on... I've forgotten his name now. Hold on, Gordon, there we go. Okay.
Haters gonna hate because it's Courage. I don't like Courage either, don't get me wrong. The weakness SOA, not very good. But I actually like Gordon. Rescue have a big weakness in the whole power division. None of their cards are really overly strong. I don't even think they have a 8 power card that, without stopping anything.
Yeah, they haven't got any card with any base, anything really.
Right, because their bonus is so strong, that's why. And a card with 8 power and plus 12 attack is definitely going to start dominating. If there's no SOA on the field and there's no DR on the field, I think he can really, really, really hit hard. Of course, he has those 2 weaknesses, though, so play with caution. But people use Carrie all the time, and she was Courage, and this is debatably as good of ability as SOB. So we'll have to see.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that, but I think the difference between kind of Kerry and Gordon, I suppose, is the fact that Kerry, I suppose, has the SOB, so can actually counter quite a lot of clans like piranhas and things, which cause the rescue some problems. But having said that, though, I mean, I wouldn't say he's definitely bad against piranhas with the kind of the power, I suppose, which is definitely a bad thing. And also, I suppose it's one less damage, but would you say it's a huge problem compared with Kerry?
I don't really think so. Mainly because I don't think Rescue 2 KOs that much anymore, if anything, especially with the new 14 life thing. So I don't think his damage is that relevant. Though it would have been nice to have 6. I think it would have been a little overpowered if so.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much all we have to really talk about. So let's go to ratings out of 10. What would you give Gordon out of 10?
I would give him an 8 out of 10. I don't know if I'm being nice or if I'm being harsh, but I feel like he's a pretty solid card, a little bit more than above average. I still think his biggest problem was DR and not SOA, mainly because Rescue is really good against DR. They have a lot of cards that have plus life and don't care about the damage aspect. But this card's pure damage, and a lot of people won't even use their DR until you play him because they don't have to. And bam, decrease.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, I think maybe 8 out of 10 sounds fair. Definitely no more, definitely no less. It's definitely a nice card, nice release. I would say it's a good replacement for Kerry at the moment, but it's not amazing in any way. It's not overpowered, but it's still a nice release nevertheless. 5 damage is a little bit worrying, but we can work around this. I definitely think he's a very good card for like drawing in kind of DRs, which is all very good and all fine and dandy. Anyway, right, let's move on to the next release. Sliffy, pick another number from 1 to 8.
I said 2, 4, and 7, right?
Yeah.
5.
I was going to remember. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Victoria! Yeah!
Yeah! Woohoo! This is lame.
Why are these releases so bad? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's actually a lot of things, but okay.
We will get to Cortez eventually, and Coleridge, and Kusuri. There's all the good releases. Oh, phone. Wow, that's slightly awkward. I'll be back. Bloody phone. Anyway, right, so we're back to recording, apparently. Sliffy, you still there? Or... Well, this is awkward.
Everyone hold the phone!
Anyway, right, so we're back to recording again. And I've forgotten what we were talking about. We're talking about... Who were we talking about?
Victoria.
Victoria. That card. We were slagging her off just a minute ago. Anyway, yes. So Victoria, for the La Junta at 2 stars, a 7/2 with the ability of stop minus free power minimum 1.
Wait, are we recording?
Sorry?
We're recording?
Yeah, we are actually recording, Sliffy.
What? I mean, okay, so, cool. Good story, bro.
It's this way so we can, get your kind of, reactions, I suppose,
Yeah, keep talking.
So, initial thoughts on her, Sliffy?
I like her a lot, actually, but not that much. So, I don't know why I started off with a like a lot thing.
It's kind of like a bit of a, contradiction, really.
I apologize. I wasn't thinking as I was talking. She's okay. 7/4, basically. If she gets that stop out, she's really nice. But you know how hard it is to get stopped these days. Yeah.
Last time I got stop out, long time ago. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Although, having said that, I mean, we always slag off stop cards on UR Talk. Is there... I was just thinking about this now, actually. I mean, with stop, do you necessarily have to activate it? I mean, isn't it kind of like a nice little mind games, if we're going to bring up that term again?
I don't know why you hate that term, but basically, I think it is. But generally, basically, if you don't activate stop, you have no ability. And if you have no ability, you have to compensate it with good stats. Yeah. A lot of stop cards have very average stats, which is nothing wrong with average. Average is nice. But would you rather have an average card with no ability or an average card with a good ability?
Yeah, I think that's the important... Yeah, I mean, the good thing about I mean, most stuff is pretty bad, but I think things like Galosh, for example. I mean, he hasn't got horrible stats, but I think still 6/6 is still reasonably okay to play with.
Reasonably reasonable.
Yeah, especially when you have the rescue bonus with it as well. I mean, it's not bad at all then. So yeah, I mean, the important question though that people have been asking is this card better than the other 2 stars? Because let's face it, the La Junta have a ton of 2 stars. They're all very good. So do you think this card adds anything to the 2-star arsenal?
I think actually she's going to be very usable in certain weeks. If there's not a lot of if you have to worry about anything in a perfect world, there's really no reason to use her. I would use Dean over her because Dean has that great ability. I would use Thormund over her because he has that huge power, and maybe even War Dog over her because of that 8 solid power. That said, though, if it's very SOA heavy week, I would definitely use Victoria first, and then maybe Thormund, and then maybe War Dog.
Okay. Well, what about just general mono, though? Do you mean maybe like as a safeguard, would you probably put her in, or is that... Do you think it just comes up to that debate again? Like, do you want a card that's no ability, or...
Right, like, okay, did you ask if I wanted to mono?
Like, if you wanted the mono, like, the Junta are crap in mono, like, nowadays, but, let's say if you wanted the mono, just, spontaneously.
Okay, well, let's pretend you want 2 stars in a mono, because you generally don't do more than 2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think we all agree Thormund is a must, because of his amazing power. But then after that, if it's very SOA heavy, I would use her. If it's not, I would use Dean.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about 3 stars though? Like, if you can, no. So I mean, like, if you can have 3 2-stars, if you know what I mean.
If you have 3 2-stars, I would use her.
Okay. Over War Dog.
Yeah. Some people will like War Dog more because War Dog has that 8 solid power. Yeah. Completely understandable. Yeah. But I would only use War Dog to counter SOA, and if I'm going to counter SOA, I might as well just use Victoria.
That's a good point, actually. I didn't think of that. Yeah, I mean, definitely, that's a good point, actually. Because I think with War Dog, it does have the nice power and everything, which is good against SOA, but then you've got a stop card, so do you really need it, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I think the good thing about her, though, actually, it does cover quite a lot of the weaknesses against SOA that the actual clan have itself. I mean, let's think about now, like Isatis. I mean, if you're going to run Shiro or Burger or whatever, they're very ability-based.
Who runs Burger?
But I use Burger. I'm a proud Burger user.
This is awkward.
Anyway, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, if you're going to use some of the ability-based stuff, That's quite nice.
Don't forget, Legend has a good number of stops too, like usable stops. Well, maybe 2, but still.
Wait, hold on. So, sorry, did you say the Junta or the Junta, as we're meant to be calling it?
The Junta. My apologies.
Junta. People commenting about this. Could you not,
You know what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. I'm gonna butcher a lot of names in my life, so why not make this one of them?
I think we shall. Yeah, sorry, what were we talking about? Yeah, so did you say that the Junta have a lot of cards?
They have a lot of good anti-stop card or anti-SOA cards. They have Nahomi, obviously. Laura's pretty good against SOA. Obviously Victoria. So it's a good anti-SOA niche if you're looking for that.
Niche, did you say, or niche?
Niche.
Niche.
Out with a niche.
Sounds good, then, Sliffy. All right, yeah, I mean, definitely a nice niche as
niche.
Niche. It's a French word, I think, Sliffy, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, here we go again.
The French.
I'm sorry, everyone.
If you're French, just put in the comments below, then we're going to block you, we'll send troll messages,
No, we won't. This guy will.
I will, but, maybe not Sliffy.
Sorry.
Alright, let's go to ratings out of 10 then. So, Sliffy, out of 10, what would you give, what's her face again? Victoria? Yeah.
I give her a 7 out of 10. I think she's a very nice card, but she's really not that needed. Solid power, solid damage, nice ability if you can get it off, but because you generally can't, 7 out of 10 I don't think is that harsh.
Okay. Just by the way, guys, you're probably wondering why am I, forgetting all the names? Just to clarify, we are doing this like straight after the cards have just come out, pretty much. I mean, it's
I do the cards'
like,
names, but I'm Slippy.
but you're Slippy, you know. Yeah.
I am Slippy.
Anyway, yeah. So sorry about forgetting all the names, guys. It's literally because we're kind of doing this like Slippy. I just came back from school. Sliffy's going like, we need to do your talk.
Well, I got 5 hours of sleep to do this, so you shut up.
Ooh, someone's a bit cranky. Oh, obviously.
No, someone's a bit mean.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, definitely like an okay guard. Oh, I don't know. I just don't like stop. That's what I'm trying to say.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate, and I'm gonna continue hating stop. I just don't like it as an ability. It needs to stop coming.
Oh ho ho! This guy.
I've made this
guy.
before though, Sliffy. So
That was probably your best pun ever.
Yeah, easily. When the next stop card comes, we're just going to keep reusing that pun, really, aren't we?
I'm sure it'll be just as funny as that time.
Anyway, so yeah, definitely 7. Yeah, I'm cool. Anyway, let's move on. So let's go to the next release. Sliffy, you have a choice of some good cards now. So 1 to 8, choose wisely.
I don't even remember what number I said. Did I say 3 yet? I'm gonna say 3 if I didn't.
Oh, Sliffy. Oh, such a bad mistake.
What? What?
But it is.
What happened?
It's Felacia.
Oh my god.
How have you picked like the whole like all the good cards have been left till last? That's ridiculous, Sliffy.
I think this is rigged against Slippy.
Honestly, Sliffy, this is not rigged. I've got this like on notepad and everything. It's just I think it's just bad.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, right, so let's move on to Felacia. Oh god. Felacia at 3 stars for the Uluwatu is a 7/3 with the ability of SOB or Sunburn's bonus. So Sliffy, initial thoughts on Felacia?
I don't think she's that bad. SOB is a very nice ability to have. It negates a lot of opponent SOB bonuses. It makes bangers a lot easier to beat, makes all-stars a lot easier to beat. You don't have to worry about Pussycat DR, etc., etc. That said, her 3 damage is pretty bad. And her main problem is there's a million 3 stars in this clan, and I don't know, like, you can only really take 3 at most. Is she really worth the slot? And that's debatable, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think people are going to be... I don't know, really. It depends on what people's preferences are, but in my preference, I kind of like to have a bit more damage than a card that like is good for balance, but then hasn't got a great amount of damage. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, I mean, I think the issue really with her is just the fact that she has the free the free damage, which I think is a bit of an issue really, compared to like Nanook and Gaia, who have 4 damage, which you probably think to yourself, oh, that's not a huge difference, but I think it's definitely a big thing when you have like.
Unless you open up a lot of 2-hit KOs, like with Stanley.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, things like that, I suppose. It opens up those kind of 2-hit KO routes, or helps you get that kind of enough damage to beat your opponent with Fury if he tries to out damage you, I suppose. So I think it's very useful. Having said that, though, I think the SOB it's one of those abilities that are useful, I guess, but I don't know. It's hard to judge really on this card. I think the good thing about her though is the fact that she has the 9 power plus the bonus with an SOB makes her fairly unbeatable if you're playing her out front. So you can as a result you can then go like at 0 pills or whatever, get free damage on your opponent if he's gonna do nothing against it. So that's always quite nice, I suppose. And said that though, I mean, we talked about the competition though, Sliffy. Do you think that she beats them in any way, or is she kind of just like there in between, really, or I don't know, really?
Well, as you said, it's completely play style. I don't think anyone can debate that Nanook is probably their best 3-star. That 10 power, that 4 damage, delicious. After that, it's completely up for grabs. A lot of people like Gaia. Gaia is very nice. I like Janice a lot personally. If you want SOA, Ice Jim. But there's no better option. There's no worse option. Like there's also Kirk, George, etc., etc. If you really want SOB in your deck, she's a very viable card. But if other than that, there's a lot of other options you can need to pick.
Yeah, I actually just forgot about Janice. Actually, she's actually a very good card for the 3 stars as well. So yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of competition for that 3-star spot at the moment for the Uluwatu, and that's the unfortunate thing about her. And maybe in the future, if Uluwatu became good in mono, which at the moment I wouldn't say they are good at mono, I think they're better in half decks. Maybe she might be used, but for like balance reasons. But other than that, really, I mean, there's no real reason you should be using this card, really. Anyway, so out of 10 though, Sliffy, what would you give Felacia?
Probably being a little harsh here, but I'm gonna give her a 7 out of 10. I think she's average. There's no real reason to use her over other cards, but she's not bad in any sense. So 7.
Well, no, I think you're being perfectly justifiable here.
Cool.
I definitely think it's just an average card, really. 3 damage is something I don't like at all on the 3-star. So as a result, I kind of want to go 7 as well, but just because it makes me look like a noob, I'm going to try and use a different thing here. I think I'm going to go for a much lower, actually. I think I might go for a 6 again. Yeah, it's low. I know it's just the issue with power, with the damage, really. Unfortunately.
I thought I was cranky today. Jeez.
Well, I've had a long day at school.
Oh.
We've just been watching videos all day in school. It's like last day.
I'm sure everyone cares. Good thing.
Everyone does care. Yeah.
That'll show you, Slippy. Thinks he knows everything.
Anyway, right, let's move on to the next release. Alright, so let's move on to the next release. So, Sliffy, pick a number between 1 and 8. The ones that are left are 1, 6, and 8, by the way.
Oh, let's go with 6.
Oh, Sliffy, this is one of my favourite releases, actually.
Ooh.
Guess who it is?
Coleridge.
Yeah, Coleridge, if that's how you...
That's what I said, right?
Yeah, sort of. Alright, so Coleridge, if that's how you pronounce it, we're probably completely off, really. At 4 stars, for the Piranhas, is a 4/6. Now, you're probably thinking, whoa, that's pretty bad for a 4-star. But then he has an ability of support +1 power. So, Sliffy, initial thoughts on Coleridge?
I think he's amazing. 8/6 is really good stats. Which is generally a 5-star level stat thing, but he's 4 stars, which is great. A lot of people said SOA is a problem. No, not really, unless you have an SOA ability. And if you have an SOA ability, then you generally only have 1 card out of the 4, and you'll know when to play this card, aka not against it. His main problem, I think, is DRs, but even that's not that big of a deal, really. Because, DRs are going to come eventually. You might as well play against this card. He can really dominate against opponents. SOB he has, so your opponent can't really stop him with some magical bonus. I think it's a pretty good card overall. Yeah,
I definitely agree with that. Having that 8/6 stats really is actually scary. Now, you're probably thinking, well, SOA can beat it. But, as Sliffy said, you got the Piranhas bonus there. And also, because you're having to play a mono, you're always going to have that SOB bonus. So it's not as if you're going to lose it against like a Geist player or whatever. So that's going to be hard playing against as a result. I've been seeing some really nice decks with this card. I showed Sliffy earlier. You guys can search it. It is called. Let me find it first. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the actual deck is called 1509 and then space Elo, and it has a deck there using Coleridge, which is just really nice. If you haven't guessed already, you actually got the person Mystique 1509 Elo, which is all very nice and everything. So make sure you guys check that out, I suppose. But yeah, apart from that though, I mean, definitely a nice card. Having that 8 power is pretty daunting to face, and having the 6 damage as well is pretty scary, really, having to go up against something like that. Having said that though, Sliffy, do you think that this card competes with the other 4 stars though? Because you have to remember, in mono they do have Scub, yeah, as well as Wraith as well as the other kind of issue. Is Wraith better than Coleridge in any way, or is it debatable really?
I think it's debatable. Wraith is more solid, but Coleridge can do a lot more to it KOs. Take it as you will. I don't really see why you couldn't run both. They're only 4 stars after all. But,
Okay.
Kristen's also in the field, I guess, so never mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kristen as well. Do you think Kristen maybe, or... It's debate. I think with confidence, though, it's kind of...
If you're using mono piranhas, I think you have to use Coleridge, because he's just that good in it. The best part about his ability, by the way, in my opinion, it's support. Which, sometimes that's a bad thing, but sometimes it's not like revenge, it's not confidence, it's not courage.
Yeah,
There's no situation about it.
Makes it kind of like a solid ability, really, as a result.
It just about is basically a solid ability.
And as well as the other good thing is, I talked to Sliffy about this earlier, is the fact that having him in mono, I mean, piranhas in mono are really good. They're not like a subpar clan like I would say La Junta, who aren't like superb in mono nowadays. But piranhas are like they've got everything for mono. you won't have any issues.
Pretty much the best clan in the game.
Yeah,
I feel.
For mono, yeah, definitely. Well, apart from maybe Rescue, but
And Montana.
Oh, Montana.
Excuse me?
Honestly, Montana, mono, it's...
You're just jealous because you can't play this game well.
Oh, it's exactly what it is, Liffy. I can't play
exactly
Ricardo.
The case.
I think Ricardo's overrated,
I'm just saying Montana's the best clan in game. Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate, and graders are gonna grate, apparently. Great cheese.
Haters gonna pate.
Haters gonna pate? What?
I said haters gonna pate. Come on.
Haters gonna pate. Oh, okay.
Haters gonna pate.
Pate. P-A... Huh?
P-A-T-E. Pate.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's a word, but that just happened.
They're gonna make pate, which is another French thing, by the way, Sliffy. Just so you know.
What's with this French hate all of a sudden? I don't even understand.
I don't know! By the way, guys, while this UR talk's going on, Songa, who's another Frenchman, is playing tennis at the moment. I hope he goes out. I'm just saying. Just
You really had to mention tennis right now?
Huh? What?
We're in UR talk. Come on.
UR talk is way more important, but,
Be professional.
Songa versus Dankovic, say. I thought it was going to be a good match. And
I'm so sorry.
Hopefully it is. It might have been the best match ever, Sliffy. They might have had tie break, and it would have been gone on till like 9 or whatever. But
we're usually not this bad.
Anyway, right, let's move on. We're going really off topic. What were we talking about? I can't remember what we were talking about. We're talking about graters and cheese and.
You mean card-wise? We were talking about Coleridge.
Coleridge, okay. That's a card, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. The more you know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really more we can really talk about really with him. We've definitely made main points really. I think with SOA. I'm just thinking of just playing ELO this week really, which I haven't done in ages. There isn't a whole lot of cards. Well, that I've seen, or really I can think of the top of my head that actually have an SOA ability that makes it a solid card still, and is usable. The only card I can really think of is something like Elevra from the Rescue, but then you've got piranhas, so I can easily deal with that as a result. So apart from that, though, let's go to ratings out of 10. So Sliffy, out of 10, what would you give Coleridge?
I think I'm going to go ahead and give him a 9.5 out of 10, actually.
Wow. Whew.
Zoom.
That's really... wow.
Zoom.
We haven't had a 9.5 out of 10 since Sea Beast,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, someone's
That's the last time we had I think the last 10 we had... What was it? I think we had Dragon was a 10. Did we give him a 10?
I don't give 10s often, so
yeah,
maybe.
He gave Dragon a 10.
I think it's that good still, but that's off topic. Basically, I think it's a card with very few flaws and one of the best clans in the game. 8-6, Kaboom, Piranhas with SOB, Kaboom, in a good clan. So it's not like a good card in a nobody clan. So Kaboom. His only big problem I feel is DR, and even that's not a huge flaw. So 9.5 out of 10.
I mean, yeah, definitely DR's not a problem. It's still got 6 damage, which is still quite a lot. So. You're basically going to take out a DR out of the game with using this card. SOA, definitely a problem, but as we said, you've got the SOB bonus from the Piranhas, and then you've also got things like, well, there's not a whole lot of cards that have SOA as a solid ability. So yeah, definitely a great card. Maybe not a 9.5 out of 10. I'm thinking I'm going to give it a 9. It's still a great card. I think the only issue with it just being SOA slightly, but maybe that's just me. And it is just me, really.
I could see that. It's a very viable option, it being just you.
Although I'm just thinking about, with the Piranhas, though, they do have slight weakness to SOA if it's not from Geist. Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
Possibly. I was hoping you would come in a bit faster there, Sliffy, with your response, but, leaving me...
I'm sorry, I'm playing DT.
You're playing DT while doing UR talk? Wow.
Well, yes, I'm that good. And I just won with Ricardo.
You just won with Ricardo? Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It's not a hard task.
It's not hard, well, 12 pills, it's definitely not difficult.
I'm sorry, I 2 pilled with Ricardo and they thought I 0 pilled with it. I'm pro.
Oh, wow. That's pro. That is pro.
You got a pill with Ricardo, buds.
Anyway, well, let's move on to the next card, because others are going to be here forever. Right, let's move on. You've got a choice between 1 and 8, Sliffy.
Let's go with 1.
Oh, Sliffy, guess who it is?
Not Cortez?
No, it's Cortez.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so Cortez.
We should probably save Cortez for last, though. No offense.
I think Cortez is the most controversial, so... I think
it's gonna be a long talk.
Sticking to, UR talk tradition, I think we're going to save him till last. So instead, we're going to be reviewing Kusuri. Is that right?
Why'd you make me do the stupid lotto, then?
I don't know! Would it be a good idea?
That's my boy.
Anyway, so Kusuri. Kusuri, for the Vampire Clan, at 2 stars, is a 7/2 with the ability of defeat plus 2 life. So, Sliffy, initial thoughts on Kusuri?
Hold on, let me get my review up so I can evaluate my thoughts.
Off, yeah. We made a review, Sliffy. Okay, that's interesting. Yes.
This entire review is based on the assumption of all players have 12 life at start of game. It's been a while. 7 solid powers and terrible for 2-star. 1 of the strongest 2 stars with defeat. Her defeat is quite nice. Lets you soak up opponents like Lei and Stacy. Oh, whatever. I'll just do a real review. She's nice. Defeat is really good, especially with Vampire Clan, because they kind of need some more gameplay that isn't just attack or don't attack. She can actually do some surprising 2-hit KO with her 2 damage. Of course, a lot harder than Elo, but you don't really need to 2-hit KO, I guess. You just need to have 2 really hard, solid hitting attacks from Vampire to win. She's 2 stars, which is nice. Gives you a lot of room. Her defeat, as I said before, is pretty good. Plus 2 life is not that bad at all. She opens up a lot of, quote, mind games, unquote. And I like her because of it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely groovy there, as per usual. 7/2, not bad stats for 2-star. Although we did, basically slag off Victoria earlier because of having those stats. But does have the nice defeat ability, which is it's desirable having that defeat ability, especially if your opponent's playing his 2-star out. You can then just stall off with your 2-star and then get plus 2 life back. Maybe he's only got 1 damage. Who knows? We could get 1 back. So as a result, it's a weird card because it's not really like a damage reducer, but it's still there, I suppose. It doesn't stop KOs in any way, which is a bit of an issue. But having said that, though, it is a 2-star, so it's kind of nice to have that kind of reduction, I guess.
To be fair, she does stop KOs unless it's a 1-hit KO at round 1. Just saying.
Yeah. So what do you mean by that? Do you mean it does? What I mean is it can't prevent your opponent from KOing you if you have the defeat, if you know what I mean.
Oh, right. Well,
yeah.
In theory, yes, but you should see it coming so you can play it beforehand.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's definitely good.
I'm just saying.
And it can't, yeah.
Yeah,
But, if your opponent's going to throw out, that surprise, fury, kind of like, oh, that's a bit awkward. I turned up to the party with my pants down sort of thing. Maybe that's just me. I think that's just...
Probably just you.
Just me. Okay.
That analogy, at least.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, definitely. I think the great thing about this card, I was talking just a bit earlier about this, is Subane with this card. Would just be lovely. And it's been like, oh no, Subani, I've got to somehow counter this card in some way. So he ended up being like, huh?
I said it's delicious.
Is delicious, whatever that means.
Are you playing DT right now, out of curiosity?
No, I'm not. I'm actually trying to be professional here.
Oh, I heard some like swish noise. I'm sorry.
Oh, it might be. I might be clicking with a mouse. I don't know.
Oh, my apologies.
Can we go back
Go on
to
with the review.
We've been off topic so much in this UR talk.
Yo, this is the best UR talk ever. Whatever, haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate, and yeah. Anyway,
I gotta get more sleep.
you got to get more sleep, indeed. Oh, hold on. There's someone commenting on your fun. Why are we going off topic? Okay, sorry.
Finish the review.
We need to finish this. God damn it. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So basically, the good. Where's that coming on? No, go away. Sorry, that was awkward.
Professional.
Real professional. Yeah, sorry. This is probably the most chaotic UR talk I think we've ever had.
I blame our guest star.
I blame him as well. Stupid
God dang it, Math Whiz.
Damn it, Math Whiz.
Ugh.
Anyway, the good thing about this card is it does. I mean, I was talking about Subani. Yeah, so with Subani, your opponent's gonna be like, okay, I've got to counter that Subani in some way. As a result, your opponent's gonna then put 5 pills on, to try and counter it. But then, you then play Kusuri, and you get that 2 damage back, and your opponent's then down, like 5 pills or 6 pills, whatever. So that's definitely a nice kind of thing to have for the fan backline, having that escape route instead of having to always take on your opponent, which I feel they kind of do sometimes. You're having to always play pills every round. That's my opinion, really, when I play with them. But yeah, I mean, definitely the defeat is nice to have. It's the only cut. It's a bit like damage reduction, really. Defeat, or not really, but it's like a little bit like it. If you're going to play kind of like mid-game sort of thing, so definitely a good thing. So, Sniffy, what about the competition for the 2 stars at the moment for the Vampire Clan?
I think the only really big competition this card has is Chan. I don't think it'll ever beat Chan because Chan has that 10 attack, power, which is like a lot. But I don't see why you couldn't use her as the second one. Some people might use. Can't even remember her name right now. The old lady.
Oh, Yumi.
Thank you. Yeah, because of the attack manipulation is a lot more aggressive card, but that's confidence related, and Kusuri has the 7 power, which is a little bit nice. And the defeat is good even if you're being offensive. It lets you continue fighting for a little bit longer. So
yeah,
I think she's the second best, if not debatably the first best. Even though I think Chan is a lot better. Yeah,
that's a really good point actually. The fact you're going to keep playing, I suppose, and that's the kind of problem I've had with Vampire Clan is that they haven't really got a whole lot of defense, and they never really had much defense. So having Kusura really, it makes them last a bit longer, I suppose. Stopping your opponent from KOing you. And the fact that they have more damage, I suppose, most of the time than your opponent, it means that they're going to be able to possibly out-damage you, which is all very nice. See, I mean, definitely agree with you about the Chan issue. Chan has definitely got the better, I would say, ability, but it's up to preference, really. If you want to have like a more defensive 2-star, I guess, then you probably use Kusuri. If you want to have more aggressive 2-star, then you use Chan. But having said that, though, I mean, there's no reason why you don't need to use both of them. They're both very good for 2 stars and everything. So, right, let's go to ratings out of 10 then. So, Sniffy, out of 10, what would you give Kusuri?
Let me look at my review, I forgot.
I think it was 8 out of 10, Sniffy.
That then. I give it 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. You're not going to change it anyway, or,
I think I'm perfect, so
that's perfect.
Really no need to change.
Yeah, I think just for the reason that it can actually make you last a bit longer, I think I'm going to give it a little bit more, actually. Probably 8.5, I think. Although I hate Vampire Clan in every way. I think they're a crap clan, really.
Whoa.
But, that's just me.
I think you're just hating every day.
I mean, just hating everything today.
You just don't like the +2 damage clans, do you?
Yeah, I just don't like anything. Why can we do Coleridge and Cortez at the beginning? It would just been like, it would have been
just end the review after that.
It would have been nice for
those 2 cards. Boom, that's it.
Yeah, that's basically what we should have done your talk on. Just based it on those 2 cards. But apart from that, though, I mean, definitely, yeah, good card, and that's it really. Right, let's move on to the last release, Sliffy. Are you ready for him? Are you ready? Are you ready for Cortez?
Let me check. Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure you check your watch there, Sliffy. Make sure it's not past,
Oh, are we nice today?
Well, where's this going? I don't know. All right. I can't remember what I was trying to say there. That joke went nowhere, I feel.
Yeah. Just like all your jokes.
Oh, Sliffy. Wow. That hurt me. All right.
I'm a good guy.
You're a good guy, really, yeah. People think you're a troll, Sliffy, but, really, underneath it all,
I don't think people think about me in general.
Alright, let's actually do the release. At 5 stars, Cortez for the Berserk is a 8/8, and, I'm not denying you guys, it is actually 8/8 base stats, and it has the ability of Backlash, -2 life, minimum 4. Sliffy, initial thoughts on Cortez?
It's an 8/8. That's pretty cool. With the Berserk bonus, it beats an 8/10 at first round. If it doesn't, if you did more than 4 damage, it's just an 8/8. It can't one hit KO, but it does a nice chunk of damage. 5 star. There's really not much I can say about this card. I actually don't like it that much compared to most people, but that's just me.
Well, why do you not like him a whole lot though, compared to other people?
Okay, well, let's agree. 8/8 is undeniably really good. But at the same time, he has Backlash, which is generally a really bad ability. Even against SOA, he basically has no ability. It's not like it's good against SOA. It's bad unless facing SOA. So that's a bad ability. He has no positive ability, on the other hand. Like, he doesn't have SOB like Taylor does. He doesn't have any attack manipulation, doesn't have any power manipulation, doesn't have any SOA, SOB, DR, etc., etc. So all he has is a bad ability and really good stats. Normally, that's perfectly understandable. However, I don't think his bonus really helps him in this case, because you can't one-hit KO with him. And if you did damage beforehand, you're probably going to 2-hit KO anyways, even without the Berserk, whatever. So he's basically just an 8/8 with no ability, and in my opinion, no bonus. Now, that's also perfectly fine, but I think we've all agreed beforehand that just an 8/8 without any support is getting really hard to play nowadays. Sure, he'll be good against clans like Geist and Roots and etc., but against clans like All-Stars, Bangers, even like Montana, Uppers, etc., he's going to have a really hard time. And at the same time, even if he wins, you probably won't want to KO with him, and if you lead with him, Backlash is in effect. And that's, as I said before, a bad ability. And he's 5 stars, which is quite a bit.
Well, I mean, I definitely agree with you there, that Backlash is not a great ability in any sense of the imagination. Although, if we're going to be talking ELO terms here, yeah?
Yes.
ELO, we have to remember about the 14 life gauge, gorge, whatever, I don't know what it is. Gauge, whatever. Anyway, so I think the difference is, though, with that Backlash, I don't think it has a huge effect on you if you're playing in the 14 life ELO.
Well, I completely agree, but it's never a good thing, is what I'm trying to say. It's not like a worry, oh no, I'm going to die thing. Don't get me wrong.
At the same time, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, though, if you're going to...
Go ahead, sorry.
But yeah, at the same time, though, if you're going to get a hit off with Cortez, it's a pretty big hit. 10 damage is just insane, is what I'm trying to say. In the first round or whatever. So actually having that -2 life thing isn't actually like a huge thing if your opponent's taking about 10 damage as a result of you taking that 2 damage Backlash.
Right, completely agreed, but that's in a perfect world. Don't forget, there's a lot of other factors in the game, SOB, DR, etc., just outplaying your card. As I said, he has no support, so it's not like he has some leverage against other clans or anything. Yeah. He doesn't have any attack manipulation, he doesn't have any power manipulation. All he has is a bad ability. I would like to compare him from cards in Feng Pa even, Kwai, whatever his name is, has at least courage and at the replace of 2 damage, which I still don't think is that big of a deal. I don't think you should lead with Cortez personally, but that's gameplay that I don't really know about.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to lead with him, but I think definitely the fact that he has that huge damage and everything is very, very.
When I say lead, I mean in the sense of you should probably hit with someone before hitting with him. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, the other thing I wanted to bring up actually, I think remember Sliffy bringing up Backlash as a mind game ability. Remember that, Sliffy? Yeah.
Yes, I remember this.
The arse now. Well, can you use this as a mind games ability? Hmm.
I mean, to be fair, it's a losing mind game.
Huh?
It's a downside mind game in this sense, because if you are successful in the mind game, sure you do the damage, but if you're not, it's downside. This is a 5-star card. You can't fit a lot of these in it.
Yeah, but I mean, can you imagine people just going like, "Oh well, I wouldn't mind taking the backlash and then doing nothing and then taking like 10 damage as a result." Or I don't know, maybe people wouldn't be that stupid really, but
all I'm trying to say is by the way, I think Cortez is a good card. I just think he's a little overrated right now. I would use Taylor over him, and even I don't like Taylor that much, because Taylor, in comparison to the 2 5-stars, Taylor has 1 less power and 1 less damage.
Although I think, yeah, I mean, well, actually, sorry to just interrupt you here. Actually, I was just thinking about now. Actually, I would say that Cortez is a bit more flexible than Taylor, though. Maybe that's
in one side.
Well, I mean, the issue I had with him when I played with him is that the fact that he had 7 power meant that he usually would sit in your hand for a while, and then you get the huge damage off. With Cortez, whilst he has 1 more power, which may not be like a huge thing, it's still enough that makes him a bit more flexible as a result, meaning that, you know, you can then pull off loads of huge hits on your opponent. You know, your opponent might not expect it, sort of thing. And
well, as I said before, I don't even think Taylor's that great of a card. I still think Taylor actually is still better than Cortez, mainly because, 1, his ability is positive, 2, it lets him beat all-stars, bangers, etc., a lot easier than Cortez. And, 3, he's a lot cheaper.
Okay, that's a good point. I think, but really, cheapness.
I don't even like, by the way, I don't like Taylor that much either. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's that great.
No. Although,
other clans have a way better 5-stars, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm pretty sure you're not mono berserking right now.
Okay, well, but if you wanted to make your perfect Cortez, what ability would he have in that case? Just no ability, or would that just be too overpowered?
I don't think it'd be overpowered, considering he has no booster stuff. But if I really wanted to make the perfect Cortez, in my opinion, he wouldn't be an 8-8.
Okay.
He would be an 8-6, but that's just me.
Okay, with no ability or whatever.
No, with a positive ability.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right then. Well, I think we're going to be disagreeing about this. I think, but definitely, it's definitely.
I may be in the minority opinion, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think you're alone, really. I think there's some people who don't like it. Unfortunately, I'm not one of these people. In fairness, I'm just going to have a look at the comments. Really, I mean, yeah, I mean, people. Oh, there is something about you, Sliffy. Dear Sliffy, seeing your previous reviews of cards like Dragon, I've come to the conclusion that your reviews greatly increase the prices of those cards. That being said, if you plan to review Cortez, I beg you to rate it 1 out of 10 so everyone could afford him. Rate green for Sliffy to see. Oh. Well, Sliffy, what do you think about that? Do you think you should give him like a 1 out of 10 on the card?
Yeah, let's go with 0 out of 10, to make people happy.
That'll be pretty good. Or like -1, that'll be all fine.
That'd be perfect. But in all seriousness, I give him an 8 out of 10. I don't think he's a bad card in any sense, don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's as great as some people say.
Okay.
Actually, I might think 8 out of 10 might be too generous, but I'll stay with the 8 out of 10 right now.
Oh, really? Too generous?
I think it might be. I don't think he's that great, as I said before, but I don't think he's that bad.
I think the important thing, to mention, he does have 8 base stats. That's nice.
Yes.
That's fancy. Yes, yeah. That's lovely. Like, the only other cards that have 8 base stats are Kiki, CR, and DJ Core. Although that's a really bad kind of argument, really, because, you can say, oh...
They have double really good ability and bonuses?
Huh?
They have really good ability bonuses?
Yeah, well, you can argue that, yes. Although, really, is Kiki CR's really that good?
His ability is that great? Is really that bad?
It's so...
I'd rather have that than no ability.
It's like the most pointless ability for Kiki. And it kind of helps him and 0 pill. So.
You win ties, okay?
Alright. Alright, so yeah, I mean, out of 10, I love this card. When I was playing with him, it was really fun to play with, especially since their 5 stars suck. And that's just, my opinion. I was happy that
And a Taylor, and that's it.
Well, yeah, that's just it, really. But, I think Cortez is lovely, though. I think it's a nice card for the Berserk. So as a result, I'm going to be sticking with most people here and saying I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. I think. I think you've pulled him down a bit, Sniffy. I was going to give him like a 9.5 or a 10, but
So he is not a 10, guys.
Okay, he's not a 10, but he's still pretty cool.
I'll say if this is a 10, this is the last UR talk we're doing today, or ever. I mean.
Well, in that case, I'll give him a 9 out of 10. I think it's a lovely card. Backlash, a little bit of an issue. I don't know. I honestly don't think Taylor's better than him, though. But maybe that's just me.
Opinion. I don't think Taylor's that good, but it's debatably better.
It's debatable. Okay.
The fact that it's debatably better.
We will let the comments decide. God damn it.
I would like to remind people this is the leader of the clan, who should generally be vastly better than most cards, but he's not, in my opinion.
Okay. All right then. Well, that's it for UR Talk today.
Finally.
Thank you all for watching UR Talk 20. Make sure you comment below on all the things that have been brought up. Make sure you post below on all your kind of deck ideas with new cards and everything and stuff like that. I just love to hear all your comments, I suppose. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Thanks for all the generous comments about because I mentioned last time on the other UR Talk that we didn't get a whole lot of comments. In the last UR Talk, we did get a lot of comments as a result of that. So
keep them up.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching. Make sure you comment, subscribe, favourite, all that sort of stuff. Sliffy will love you if you do that.
I love everyone.
You love everyone.
I'm a lover.
So that's it from me, UM1984, and Sliffy.
Yep. Oh, I'd like to apologize for this review. Kind of sloppy, but yeah, whatever.
And I'll see you guys all later. This is us signing out.